Hi, Assalamualaikum and good morning. My name is Aina Nadirah Bintilan. My matric number is 196756. Okay, today I will present about my terminologies. The topic of my terminologies is green city or green town.
Okay, what is green city? Green city, from my general knowledge, from my opinion, a green city is about spaces that have the green area. That's my opinion. It's included, but it's not just only have the green area. So the actual definition of green city is um, a way to increase the sustainability of urbanized areas. This is a concept of urban planning relying on the ecosystem service that green infrastructure can supply. Green city also a city that promotes energy efficiency and renewable energy in all its activities. Other than that, it extensively promotes green solutions, and also it anchors its local development in the principles of green growth and equity. On the right part of the slide, we can see the green city included green element, social system and governance, buildings, transportation, energy, and water and waste. Okay, after we understand, we know the definition about green city. Now we move to the precedent study. Uh, the places that I choose for my precedent study is at Vancouver, Canada. Why I choose Vancouver, Canada as my precedent study? Because it's included one of the top greenest city in the world. That's why I choose this place as my precedent study, because it's related to my terminologies. Okay, a little bit okay, and the background of the Vancouver, Canada. In Canada, Vancouver is the most densely populated area there. It's because the Vancouver has a population around 2.5 million. Even though Vancouver is the most densely populated area, it has been an example for others to follow as it aims to be the greenest city in the world by 2020. Because before this, Vancouver is just as a sustainable city, but now they're trying to become the greenest city in the world. Okay, next, what you need to know is at Vancouver, the city's electricity there is generated by sustainable resources such as hydroelectric power. And then Vancouver has the lowest greenhouse gas emission of any major cities in North America. That's a little bit the background about the Vancouver. So now we move to the next slide. What Vancouver do to become green city? The first one, Vancouver do the sustainable transit. Second, zero waste. Third, zero carbon, and the last one is healthy ecosystem. In the next slide, I will discuss and go more deeper one by one point what they do. The first point that they do
to become the green city is they do the sustainable transit. Sustainable transit is something like encourage people to use bicycle, walking, and use public transport rather than they use their own car. Okay, what they do? Vancouver provide the pedestrian and cyclist spaces to maintain the city's natural beauty with green spaces along most city sidewalks and bike paths. And then they also encourage public transit like SkyTrains, buses, and sea bus. Okay, SkyTrain is just like monorail in Malaysia, and sea bus is like the ferry. Their benefits to do the sustainable transit is it can reduce driving and make the majority of trips by foot, bicycle, and public transit traffic. Next, it also can increase equality because people like to use bicycle and walking and use public transport, and the amount of the people who drive is less, so indirectly it can cut the air pollution. As we can see through the picture, the Vancouver provide cyclist spaces on the road, and also they provide the pedestrian and cyclists at Stanley Park. Actually, pedestrian and cyclists are a priority in Vancouver, so people no need to worry because a lot of people there do that. Okay, next, the second point is zero waste. Zero waste means usual solid waste uh, finally just become disposed, right? But they want zero of disposal waste. Means that the one that the disposal just become disposed. They want the disposal is zero. What they do for zero waste? Okay, the first one is the tracking garbage to landfill uses energy. It means they not burning the garbage. Okay, the second one is food waste and yard waste become compost. It means after become the compost, they sold to the gardeners. Okay, and the last one is Vancouver capture methane at the landfill and use it to heat greenhouses. So later I will explain to you how landfill methane capture. Okay, next the benefit of zero waste is it can reduce solid waste going to landfill, and then it can reduce plastic and other single-use items that are regularly used. Here you can see the hierarchy of zero waste. So after the garbage, the trash become the waste. They can reduce, reuse, and recycle, but not all can do that. Only some waste can reduce, reuse, and recycle. Other than that, they will become the disposal waste. So what Vancouver want here is zero waste. They don't want the disposal waste. So through this disposal waste, they do the landfill methane capture to use it to heat greenhouse. So now how the process landfill methane capture. So the first one is the disposal waste or trash decompose in landfill, creating methane gas. Methane gas is actually natural gas. After that, the methane rise to the top of the landfill and is collected in pipes. And the last one is the methane is burned to produce heat or generate electricity. Okay, next we move to the third point, which is zero carbon. Zero carbon is zero carbon dioxide emission. Okay, what they do for zero carbon? Vancouver introduced the zero emission building plan and is based on highly energy efficient houses using only renewable energy. It means they introduced the zero carbon building that's only use renewable energy only. Later I will explain more about zero carbon building. Okay, next, they use the renewable sources such as hydroelectric power. Okay, and then the benefits that they get from zero carbon is it can reduce CO2 or carbon dioxide emission in existing building, and then Vancouver generates its energy from renewable sources. Okay, what is zero carbon building? What do you know about the zero carbon building? Okay, zero carbon building is a building that use renewable energy that is carbon free in sufficient amount to offset the annual carbon emission associated with building operation. The first benefits of a zero carbon building is renewable energy generation. It's a requirement that renewable energy be generated on site or procured directly in order to ensure the addition of clean power generation. Next is lowering emission, a greenhouse gas intensity metric for assessing a building emission. And last one is it can reduce peak energy demand. It means a peak energy demand metric to encourage the use of peak shaving measure. Okay, now we move to the last point, which is healthy ecosystem. Okay, healthy ecosystem is the ability to maintain its structure and function over time in the face of external stress. Okay, what they do to maintain the healthy ecosystem? The first one is they manage the local water quality to prevent harm to wildlife and contamination of local water sources. The second one is they cleaning up and restoring any contamination they have contribute to that occurs on the land. And the last one, they increase accessibility of green parks, greenways, and other green space. Okay, next, the benefits from healthy ecosystem is they can reduce pollution such as water pollution. Next, they can keep water clean, and the last one is they can protect local wildlife and aquatic species. Okay, on the right side in the slide, you can see the ecosystem service provided by Healthy Ecosystem. Okay, for the sources, this all of this is the sources that I get, the link of the sources that I get for my terminologies, which is the green city, about the green city. Okay, so that's all from me. Thank you.